8 handles in 8 minutes. Welcome to Ceramics with Mr. Bosmo. Today we're going to look at 8 different handle types you can make. Slab arches, trigger style, smooth coil attachment, a slab ring, a slab D-form, a coil with a spiral, a riveted dog bone, and a dog bone that's blended on one end with a reveal on the other. First, the dog bone, one end blended, the other with a reveal. First, you'll take a coil and form it into a dog bone, then score and slip it well onto your mug. Apply smear pressure so it stays put. Clean up with a brush. I'm going to blend together one end, trying to keep that sort of angle from the dog bone. I had to add a little bit of clay there because there was a gap, and I'm adding some clay behind the handle because there's a gap. So you get a nice fluid transition. Clean that up with a sponge and your fingers. On the bottom end, I'm just cleaning it up with a rubber clay shaper and a brush and leaving that reveal. So I didn't blend that end. Next is a riveted dog bone. So I've started the same way with a coil that's been pinched down into a dog bone shape. I've scored and slipped very well on the back of both of the heads of that dog bone. I've marked on the mug where it would line up, and I'm pressing it together with good smear pressure. Cleaning up with a sponge and a brush. I'm adding these rivets with a metal ball tool. Next, we have the slab D-form. Here a thin slab was rolled, a rectangle was cut from it, it was bent into a letter D shape and allowed to get leather hard. Notice again I'm marking so I can see where the handle is going to attach. Scored and slipped, smear pressure, and then I'm applying a small coil around the bottom of each end of the handle so that I can blend in the handle to the mug body. Clean that up with a sponge. Slab ring. So here the same thin slab was cut into a rectangle. It was bent into this kind of letter D shape again as a ring, and then completely smoothed together and cleaned up. Then simply score and slip the entire ring onto your mug. And I chose to keep the reveal. Cleaning that up with a brush here. Could blend it in, but I chose to reveal and use a rubber clay shaper to get a nice line. Smooth coil, I've rolled a coil and then one end of it I did pinch flat. So I'm going to blend the top edge in, and then the bottom edge could be left revealed or be blended in. Same routine, right? Score, slip, smear pressure, clean up with a brush and a sponge. Now here I'm going to go ahead and add a coil around that top end of the handle so I can blend. You can see that I blended it upward. I could leave it that way, it'd be kind of an interesting look, but I am going to blend this in. Now the bottom end is the same way. It could be left with the reveal just how it is now. We've scored and slipped it well, it would stay. But that's an aesthetic choice. If you want to blend it in, you can blend it in, and here I'm going to do that and then add a small coil of clay behind the handle there and really finish out that transition, that kind of curve shape going out in each direction. Always add more clay. Next I have a coil with a spiral. So here I've rolled a coil, flattened it slightly, and then rolled one end into a spiral shape. Again, we're going to score and slip and apply smear pressure and clean up the excess slip. That bottom end where the spiral is, I want to keep the reveal there, so I'm going to keep that line really nice and clean, and then the top end I'm going to add a coil and blend it in. Next we have a trigger handle. So here I've used the same thin slab of clay cut into rectangular shape and then made those rectangles into rings, which I'm making sure are joined very nicely, and then I'm going to go ahead and score and slip those two rings to one another, get them really good and attached, and then we'll score and slip the entire handle to the side of the mug. And I'm going to leave this revealed, so I will just clean it up with a brush and maybe a rubber shaper. Next we have slab arches, just kind of a variant on a trigger handle. Same thin slab cut into rectangles and then bent into the curve I wanted and let to get leather hard. Score and slip in the two arches to one another, and then attaching the handle to the mug. This handle also could be blended or left revealed. And there we have 8 handles in 8 minutes. Slab arches, trigger handle, smooth coil, a slab ring, a slab deform, a coil with a spiral, a riveted dog bone, and a dog bone with a blended end and a revealed end.